Hey, what's up? It's M Squared, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to make your first beat in the VMPC 2000XL. Let's go. Okay, so here we are inside of the VMPC 2000XL Emulator plugin standalone mode. If you're coming from another session, it's going to ask you if you want to continue a previous session, and I'm going to click on No. If you have a MIDI controller plugged into your computer, it's going to detect it. And I have a MPD 218 plugged in. It's asking if I want to use the mapping of this controller. I'm going to click yes. Now I'm going to use some drum sounds from my brand new drum sample pack called Mood Loops Volume 1, which I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested. So we have a kick, a clap, a hat, and I'm going to bring in another clap. Okay, so this is your main screen. You want to take a look at all the different parameters within this screen. That's going to control the different parts of your sequence. You see your time signature, your timing, your BPM. The default's 120, so I'm just going to stay in 120 for this video. There's your bars, your loop, count on, and your tracks. And we're going to start with track 1, which is an unused track, so we can start recording our first pattern, our first sound. So to record, you're going to want to click and hold the record button and then click spacebar on your keyboard to play start, and you hear the metronome. So there's my first kick pattern. I hit stop, play start to play it back. Gonna stop. Then I'm gonna open the window here. I'm gonna change the name of that track to kick. I'm gonna use the drum pads and the wheel to change the characters and the letters. And to delete the characters, I just spin the wheel to the left. Hit enter. Now you can see track 1 is now labeled kick, since that's where your kick is recorded into. Now you're going to take your wheel and move over to track 2, which also is unused. And I'm going to add a new kick to a new pad. I'm going to use this as a ghost kick or like a double kick. I'm going to make sure your full level button's turned on. That's how I like to use it. Now we're going to add some swing to that particular kick. I'm going to open window on the timing. I'm going to increase the swing percentage to 65. Then I'm going to use the cursor to come down to the notes section where it says all. I'm going to tap the pad that I want, which is pad 5. And hit do it. So now only that pad's going to have the swing. Now I'm going to record. And you can hear the swing on that ghost kick. So another method I like to use, I go to Shift and click on 7. Go to drum 1. This is going to open your mixer window. So I'm going to tap on that pad. It's going to bring me to that channel, pad 5. It's going to start with the panning knob, but I want to drop down to the actual volume. So I'm going to use my cursor and bring it down to the volume levels. And I can take the wheel and just bring down the volume. Now you have your kick pattern. Next, we're going to record the hi-hat. Go back to the main screen. Bring the cursor back to the track. Bring it to track 3. It's our hi-hat. I'm going to record the hi-hat. Again, click record and hit the space bar. I'm going to stop that. I'm going to program and record my clap. So now I'm going to turn the wheel to track 4, another unused track. There's the clap. Click record, spacebar. And that's the clap. So now I'll go back, and since I have those parts recorded, I'll go in and rename each part. Again, I'm just using the data wheel to cycle through the letters and the different numbers. And to delete the numbers, you just bring the wheel all the way to the left. And now I'm going to solo track 3 so I can hear what's on there. That's the hi-hat, so I'm going to stop that. Take off the solo mode. Hit open window. And I'm going to name this hat. Now we have all of our tracks labeled. Now I'm going to solo track 4. That's the clap. Take that out of solo mode. I'm going to go back, open window, and rename that to clap. Okay, so now that we have all of our tracks labeled and we have our sequence the way we want it, we're going to go ahead and bounce this to disk. The way you do that is you hit Control and you click on Play Start. It will bring you to this direct to disk recorder window. You're going to see record sequence. You can also see other options like jam, custom range, loop, but we're going to use and focus on sequence for this video. Use my cursor, go to split, left, right. I choose no, I just want one stereo file. Offline, I leave as no. And we're in sequence 1, that's what we want recorded. And I'm just going to click on record. F5. So it basically just recorded your sequence. So now it says recording finished, and it's showing you where it's saved to. Recording saved to documents, VMPC 2000XL, and recordings. So that's the file path. So you want to go into your browser, look for that file path, and you'll see the recordings folder. Open up the recordings folder, you'll see a sequence folder with your sequence in it, and that's going to have the recording inside of your sequence. So now you can click and drag that right into your DAW. I'm using Logic Pro X. I'm going to change my BPM to the same BPM that I was working in the MPC, which was 120. So I adjusted that inside of Logic. Now I have my recording in my DAW. And now I have full control over that recording. And that's how you make your first beat in the VMPC 2000XL Emulator plugin. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.